How's it going? Today we're playing Dragonite, getting Battlefury because I can. And it's still not been nerfed yet, so... You know, we're gonna get a Battlefury on every meta hero. Now, I'm actually kind of excited to do it on Dragonite because on Dragonite, it makes absolutely no fucking sense, right? Because he's actually a ranged hero for most of the team fights. So, we'll see if Battlefury can be good enough to make up for the fact that it's actually not really gonna be that useful in team fights. Because, like, as a damage, I think Battlefury isn't that great. So that's the plan. We'll see how that goes down. And, yeah. I am pig god. A pig and a god together in one body. Oh. I always thought you were the god of the pigs. Not like a pig and a god. Like, I'm confused now. Which one is it? Is it both?
It's both and none of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Both and none of them. Perfect. Alright. I always assumed Pig God was the god of the pigs. I mean, I get where you're coming from if you say that he's both a pig and a god. And I guess it could be both, right? Like, it could all be true. I just always thought it was the god of the pigs. I don't know. I always found it very funny. I would like what Day 9 said about, you know, about... like names that people give themselves in video games, right? It's always one of three things. Either a pharmaceutical product, a Pokemon, or an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, or god, or something like that. Alright, so Pig God would be like an ancient Egyptian god. It's just like, yeah. Could also be a Pokemon, I guess. Like, it wouldn't be too outlandish, honestly. There are Pokemon that have some weird-ass names like that. Alright. Baumi is totally a pharmaceutical product. No, that's actually a Pokemon. That's totally a Pokemon. Alright, but if you look at names, Satsa, that's a pharmaceutical product. Nail, that's also a pharmaceutical product. Casual Nobody, I don't know what that is actually. So yeah. I always find it really interesting how people like to represent themselves online. Something I do a lot is, like, when I choose who I play with, you know, and I always play with somebody. I never play on my own. I always play with, like, a full group. Right, but whenever I pick who I'm gonna invite into my party, like, honestly, their name has a pretty big influence on that. Because, like, to me, it's just, like, that's how you choose to represent yourself, you know? Like, and if the name that you chose to represent yourself is, like, I'm retarded, then I'll just assume that that's true. Right? And then I don't really want to play with you, right? Or if it's like something racist or insulting or anything like that, then I'm just like, you're probably an asshole. I probably don't want to have you on my team. I'm gonna beat this guy up. And this is kind of an interesting lane, honestly. Like, luckily I am Dragonite. I'm actually very happy that I am Dragonite here. Lycanus teleporting. Alright, but I'm very happy I am Dragonite here. Because my passive is just keeping me going. Alright, like I have a lot of armor, I've got a lot of health regen. It's just kind of tough for them to do anything to me, so that's awesome. Alright. And now that the Lycan left, I can just kind of fight. Like, yeah, I'll take a bit of damage, but not too much. Anyway, totally getting this. Yeah, like, I wasn't joking. When am I joking? When do I ever joke? I have never joked in my life. But, yeah. Like, I don't know if that's just me, though. Right? But, like, this guy, Captain Diarrhea. Like, I don't know. He doesn't... Like, in all likelihood, like, I think... Like, there's two possibilities with him. Like, I either think he's, like, a guy that is, like, totally down to make fun of himself. But I think it's more likely that it's just some... Probably some douchebag. You know? Right? And then you've got Wanderer. It's probably like some teenager, I assume. Probably like 14. You've got Kev. I imagine Kev has been playing video games for his entire life and has been playing Dota since the beginning of fucking 2002. Alright, and he's had the name Kev ever since, and he'll never give it up. The reason why I say that is because it, like, he has that little line afterwards. Right? And that's the kind of thing that a player doesn't choose from the very beginning. That's something that develops over the years, you know? Where like, you know, like your name just like, one time you try to create the name somewhere and then you can't properly like fit it and, you know, like eventually you end up with that. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, but it's just kind of like a fun little thought experiment, you know? What about Keck? Oh, Keck is a douchebag. I wouldn't want Keck on my team. Nah, Keck is an asshole. Like, because he's just like he's like, haha, look at me, I'm so memey. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, oh, great, yay. Yay. I wouldn't even say that he's like 12-year-old. Like, it's probably worse than that. It's like a 20 to 25-year-old meme. That's just trying to be so funny and so original. So, you know. Oh, then how did you come to play with me? You can't even read my name. I don't know. It just looked like a train. That seems kind of fine. Like, the thing is, I don't really mind. Like, usually I don't mind the names, right? Like, right now I'm going a little bit overboard. I would probably invite Keck into my party. I would probably invite everybody here into my party. But I have had people that were literally called Adolf Hitler. And they were just like, why don't you invite me? And I'm like, you're called Hitler. Like, frankly, I should ban you from my, like, my guild here. And they're like, no, don't do that. And I'm like, I'll give you 10 minutes to change your names. And, alright. Yo, what's up? Aha, look at me. I figured out the secret. Oh, no! Satsa, can you please use your hook ever? Alright, hook him. Got him. It's all good, boys. We got it. It's under control. Keck is an Egyptian god, though. There we go. Keck is an Egyptian god. Alright. Is Dad Frank is gay 1 okay? You see, that's something that, like if your name is Dad Frank is gay 1, right? Like, then I'm already like, like, seriously? Are you insulting people as gay in the year fucking 2018? Seriously? I feel like we've grown up enough to, like, not do that anymore. Like, it's just like, it's not even a good insult. It's just like a dumb one. Alright? And then I don't even know who Dad Frank is. And, like, it's just like, ugh. So, you know. Oh, hey, Captain Diarrhea. How are you doing? Satsa, your hooks have not been convincing. I'm not impressed. Okay. Got him. I needed one more hit. The Breathe Fire on its own wouldn't have done the job. It's only 90 damage. I didn't level it up. So,
oh my God,
I needed that one last hit. So, had to
to
transform. But that's okay. We ended up getting the kill. I'm actually gonna like get more points into this now. So I have a little bit more damage output. But yeah. What about me, a Pokemon? Devil's Sunrise. Nah, you're like that's totally a pharmaceutical product. Purchase Devil's Sunrise today to combat all of your morning sickness. I don't know why you're against morning sickness, but like maybe you are. There's probably some church group out there protesting you. That's just like, stop selling Devil's Sunrise. It's got devil in its name, it can't be good. You know? So. Can you like stop shooting fire at me? Christian server, boys. Exactly. This is a Christian server. Alright. I'm getting beaten up a little bit. I'm not too happy about that. Luckily, I am really difficult to kill. You know, I've got a lot of regeneration. Lots of armor. It's just not an easy kill. Not at all. It's like near impossible. Of course, it is possible. And I want to make sure I reiterate that it is possible. Every time I say it's impossible to kill me, I die immediately afterwards. God, it's just reassurance, man. It's just making sure that doesn't happen here. Let's make sure we don't lose this courier. That would be pretty shitty. Alright, we got our Battlefury. Yeah, but it is absolutely possible for me to die. Thank you. Oh, Artifact and Smash news. Okay, let me talk about that pretty quick. So, Artifact news are... we kind of got a little bit more information on how the game works and what it looks like. We got some screenshots, which is entirely new, right? We haven't had any of those beforehand. And we also learned that the Magic the Gathering creator is the lead designer for the game, and that the game is gonna be released late 2018, which means that beta and all of that is probably gonna be earlier than that. So that's cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I thought that the screenshots and the like artwork and all of that, which we saw, was underwhelming in my opinion. I wasn't like hugely impressed by it, but what's just important to keep in mind there is I don't really care. Like, I think it's gonna be it looks to be a really good game, and you know, it's got huge praise from everybody and all of that. So yeah. And then the other big news that was announced is Smash 5. At least that's what people assume. It could just be a port of Smash 4, but it seems unlikely at this stage, seeing as it's got a new logo, right? Like, if it was just Smash 4, then why wouldn't they just say Smash 4? Sakurai has also said that he's been working on this for months now, and it seems unlikely that, you know, he would be working on like 4 months on Smash 4 again. I mean, that game's pretty much done. And it's also been long enough since Smash 4 stopped development for there to reasonably be Smash 5. Like, it is absolutely a possibility. So this is an additional 20%, right? Or do you want the mana region? I don't think I need the mana region. I think the mana region seems kind of not that useful, considering I've got, you know, Battlefury anyway. But yeah, it's been enough time, right? So it does make sense from like a timing window and all of that. But the problem is just that I think I don't want Sakurai to work on this game. In case you don't know who Sakurai is the lead creator for the Smash series, all of them, including Smash 64, Smash Melee, all of that. However, I personally don't agree with Sakurai's design philosophy over the past few years. I think he's not been doing a particularly great job, and I wouldn't mind if he stepped down. Yeah, shit. I got caught there, that was awkward. I tried to escape that, but shit. Oh well. But, Sakurai is the man that implemented tripping into Brawl. Sakurai is the man that said that Super Smash Bros. Melee was, you know, like shouldn't be played the way it is being played these days. Like, it shouldn't be competitive. Sakurai implemented Rage into Smash 4 to kind of explain what these mechanics are and why I'm not really too keen on Smash 5 because of Sakurai working on it. Tripping and Brawl is literally a random chance that your character falls over. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. It has no positive impact on the game. It's just sometimes he will randomly fall over. And that, of course, like, that mechanic exists purely to, you know, not have a competitive scene. Like, Sakurai actually put a mechanic into Brawl, which is Smash 3, to prevent the game from having a competitive scene. Which is just kind of sad. I don't know. But yeah, tripping, anytime you start movement, anytime you start a dash, there's just a random chance your character falls over.
Wait, for everyone?
For everyone. That's just in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Every player, every character, doesn't matter who, there's, I believe, a 1 in 20 chance that your character just falls over and then your character just lays on the floor, is stunned for a little bit, and then you need to first get up before you can do things again. And the only reason why this mechanic exists is because Sakurai didn't like the fact that Melee had a competitive scene, so he implemented a mechanic into Smash 3, into Brawl, that is kind of the antithesis of competitive. It isn't even fun. Like, I've played a lot of Brawl as like a casual player with my friends. I played a ton of it. We used to play it like almost every single week. And the thing is that like even we hated tripping. Right? It's not a good mechanic for the casual scene either, because like even if you're casual, you don't like randomly falling over and not being able to do something with your character. Right? Like nobody likes that. So that's Brawl. That's what he did there. Yeah, Sakurai's reasoning, I think, was that he just didn't want people to play the game that they were playing it. And so he implemented a mechanic that made it more difficult to play that way. That's why I don't want Sakurai to develop the next Smash game. What he did in Smash 4 instead of having tripping is he's still clearly kind of opposed to the idea of the game being played competitively. Now, what he added into Smash 4 is a mechanic called Rage. What Rage does is the higher your percentage of your character, which means the more damage you have taken, the higher the knockback is when you attack an opponent. Meaning, if you take more damage, you throw people further away. This can lead to very silly things, like, you know, you knock your opponent up to 120, 130%. He does the same to you, you die, but now the opponent right now is actually kind of stronger, because like they can't just one-shot you, you know, with certain, like in certain situations, which is retarded. So that's why I personally really wish somebody else was working on Smash 5. Like, I really hope that Sakurai was finally gonna stick to his promise and not work on the next Smash title, like he said for the past 3 Smash titles. But the man just can't let go. So yeah. Anyway, that's my, like, opinion on, I guess, Smash 5. We'll see. Maybe he's warmed up to the competitive scene. Right? Because Smash 4 has a very active competitive scene, and there were actually balance patches being done to the game specifically for that competitive scene. Which is pretty cool, honestly. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, can I like explain one more little thing about Brawl? Why Brawl is the worst competitive game ever made? Brawl has the most overpowered character, like in any Smash game ever, and that is Meta Knight. Let me go and explain to you what a transcendent hitbox is. A transcendent hitbox, so usually when you hit an opponent with a hitbox and they hit you with a hitbox as well, then you both get hit. Right? Because you both had a hitbox out and you both get hit. Boom. Done. If it's a very similar hitbox, or the same hitbox, right? Or like if you're playing the same character or you're using a very similar move, what can also happen is something called a clank, in which case both hitboxes get cancelled and nothing happens. Right? So those are the things that can happen. A transcendent hitbox is a hitbox that has 100% priority over every single over everything else in the game. Meaning that if somebody, like if you trade hits, like I just described, with a transcendent hitbox, the transcendent hitbox will always connect. And it will beat everything else, without exception. And if 2 transcendent hitboxes are going up against each other, that means that that's the only way to beat it. That's the only way to beat a transcendent hitbox with another transcendent hitbox. Now, these numbers may be off a little bit, but they are in the ballpark, right? But Super Smash Bros. Brawl has, I believe, 14 transcendent hitboxes, right? Like, total. In the entire game, there's about 14. How many do you think Meta Knight has? It's 11. Meta Knight has 11. Now again, the numbers may be a little bit off, but they're in the ballpark. Almost every single one of Meta Knight's moves is a transcendent hitbox. And there are only 3 other characters that even have one. And that's not even talking about his frame data, or the fact that he's got some of the best kill moves and an impossible to beat recovery. That is, like, Meta Knight was the most obscene character ever created in a fighting game. Probably not, but in a Smash game. It's just absurd. So yeah. It looks like Meta Knight is pretty meta. Meta Knight was the meta. Meta Knight defined the meta more than you have ever seen in any other game. But yeah, that character, there's no overstating how overpowered Meta Knight was. There's absolutely none. That character was just dumb through and through. 100% ridiculously broken. Alright, like, people don't even understand how broken it was. They designed the entire tournament rule set around Meta Knight. Right, like, everything was built and, like, everything was designed in such a way that Meta Knight wasn't, like, super oppressive. Because there was no other way to not have that happen. Alright. Oh, that's not the real one.
God damn it. Telling my god,
Alright. Oh! Oh, that was weird. That was weird. That was weird. That definitely looked like he was on the other side.
wow. Welcome to Dota though.
I need to get out of here. Luckily I'm pretty fast. Oh, yours. Guys?
We all got out.
Oh, man. No, there was nothing I could do about that. Alright, what are we buying next? I don't know, like maybe some armor or something. I feel like I want armor. I think I want a Soul Cross. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Soul Cross. But yeah. Sounds balanced. Yeah, no, Meta Knight was just the dumbest thing. Like, everything was balanced around the Meta Knight. Like, here's like, to give you a better idea of how broken Meta Knight was. After, like, I don't know, 6 years or so, the tournament players finally decided to ban Meta Knight. After banning Meta Knight, basically instantly, Ice Climbers became the most overpowered character in the game, and they had to ban Ice Climbers too. But up to that point, Ice Climbers wasn't even really noticed, because Meta Knight was so fucking overpowered that Ice Climbers just didn't really shine through at all. They weren't relevant. And as soon as they banned Meta Knight, they also had to ban Ice Climbers, because it turns out there's another broken character in the game. It's just nobody ever noticed, because Meta Knight is so overpowered that they just weren't relevant. That's how overpowered Meta Knight was. Also, push F to pay respects to Ice Climbers. So that's why I'm not really excited to have Sakurai working on the next Smash. Alright. Let me grab these. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. We're just gonna continue farming here. Like, I know there's like a lot more action going on somewhere else in the game, but... Shit, boys, I'm coming. I'm on my way! Let me activate this. Makes me pretty fast. Oh, that's Ancient Yasha. Alright, I'm trying. I got a slow, I think. Cool. Do we have an ultimate? Not quite. I need this mango, actually. Cool. Hey, that kind of worked. We did some damage. Oh, crazy amount, but I mean, Dragon Knight isn't known for doing super crazy amounts of damage. Like, that's just not his thing, you know? He does good, solid, reasonable amounts of damage. Alright. Cool. Now, admittedly, here's the thing. Although I disagree with a lot of Sakurai's decisions if it comes to, like, the games, like how he makes this game, I guess. He always makes a good game. It may not be a competitive one, but it's always good. Like, there's no such thing as a bad Smash. Like, even Brawl is a good game. Like, even though I have just described Brawl as this complete shit show, on a casual level, it was actually a really fun game. I played a lot of it. So... I'm sure it's gonna be good. I'm sure it's gonna be enjoyable. But it's just not gonna be, like, you know, enough of a reason for me to get it. Because, like, that would require me to buy a Switch, and that's pretty expensive. Not really too keen on spending that much money on just, like, a console. But yeah. I don't really play too many video games. Like, I play a lot of, like what I mean with that is I don't play, like, that many different video games. I do a lot of research into video games, but that's usually just that's usually just watching videos, you know. Like, I found that I can watch a Let's Play of a game, like, while kind of, like, doing other things and doing other work. And I basically get just as good of an impression of the game as I would if I were to just, like, buy it and play it myself. So I tend to just watch a lot of that. Yeah. Alright. Why didn't you play the new Zelda? I played it on my Wii U. I have a Wii U, I don't have a Switch. Breath of the Wild was a great game though. I very much enjoyed that, which is actually unusual. I don't usually play open world games. I don't usually play single player games. Breath of the Wild, the fact that I enjoyed it is definitely a little bit of an exception. Because, like, it's not the kind of game that I would usually play a lot of. But I like Zelda, so I was, like, willing to give it a shot. And I've liked a lot of the Zelda games they made in the past. And I thought Breath of the Wild was just fantastic. Like, it's so many great design decisions in there, I thought. Like, so much cool shit. Like, for example, something that a lot of people complain about is the fact that the weapons break. I thought that was brilliant. The weapons breaking is one of the best fucking things in our game. Because it makes you really reconsider combat. You know, if you only always have one weapon, then the game becomes about the inherent combat mechanics, which the game doesn't have that much of, right? But by making it so that your weapons are really just something you throw away and you're supposed to pick up new ones, you know, like in a single fight you may even need, like, to completely replace your entire weapon set. That kind of shifts the focus away from that and shifts it more towards the creativity in the flow of combat, as opposed to the actual hard mechanics of the combat, which... That was such a brilliant decision, man. I love that. So smart, so clever. But yeah. I'll just go ahead and stop pushing here. Yeah, I don't think that works anymore. Man, that hero. She does a lot of damage, doesn't she?
Anyone?
Hey, Captain Diarrhea. How are you doing? Got him. Means him has a fight down here. You guys still doing alright? Sorry for taking so long. I just had to, like, deal with some other people, you know? I believed in your ability to do this though. It's working. You know, it's actually working. This isn't even bad. This is just powerful. Like, I just have so much fucking money. Alright. And I actually do a decent chunk of damage. It's actually working, man. This is just dumb. Oh. Yeah, good luck. I can see you trying to do damage to me. Hope it's working. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna stand here and, like, tank it. Because I don't care. I'm Dragon Knight. I'm level 21, you know, like, I have so much health regen. Like, you're not gonna be able to get through me, man. It's just not gonna be enough. Alright. Well, I think we got it in the bag. So breaking items in Dota would enforce creativity in builds. It would if you also were to scatter items all around the map constantly. Then yes, right? It also would if, you know, you could kill your opponents to steal their items. And there's like a million other opponents. And if you were playing a third-person action RPG in an open-world setting that is called Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's nothing like Dota, and this is really a dumbass shit comparison. But in that case, yes, absolutely. Alright. Do you think there should be a concede button Dota like the one in Horn? No, I don't like it very much. I actually thought that the concede, like I was actually really happy that they removed that. As somebody that played a lot with the concede option available, what happens a lot is that people will just call early GGs. And they will then just give up, you know, fighting. It would just increase the toxicity in Dota even more, and it's not like we don't have enough of that already. Alright, I'm coming, boys. Got him. Got him. Battlefury ready. Let's go. And that's game. And it totally worked. And it totally worked. Man. You know, the farming speed. It's just the farming speed. Like, I was out farming a Templar assassin, for God's sake. That's just absurd. And the best part, like, I wasn't even really, like, babysat that much. You know, I had a pretty hard lane for most of the game. That's why I didn't have that many kills, because I, like, was going up against a really shitty lane, but it's just free with Battlefury. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.